Fire for your mind. Culture clinician. Hit that like button and share this stream if you're not a beta male.
Gay black man turned straight after white woman said this.
I'm gonna catch a lot of flack for this, but I'm gonna say it out loud with my whole chest. Straight black men are the cancer of the black community.
Are women more privileged than men? Yes, they are, and it's not even close. Women are loved just for existing. They get attention, compliments, protection, free drinks, doors opened for them, etc. And a man, he's invisible until he proves that he can provide, protect, perform, pay, or add value. In other words, earn your spot or disappear. Guess what? A woman can also decide if you become a dad or not. You get zero say. She's pregnant, her body, her choice, my dudes. End of story. Do you want the kid? Doesn't matter. Don't want it? Doesn't matter. 18 years of child support slammed on you without consent, and worse, she cheats. She claims the kid is yours. You raise it for years and discover that it's not yours later. Court, in many places, still force you to pay until 18 years of age. So you're screwed. One day, she wakes up unhappy, files for divorce, no proof needed, and walks with primary custody most of the time, years of child support, and many times a lifetime of alimony plus half of your assets. Oh, and she isn't required to show you that the money is actually helping your kid. It all goes to her. She can also falsely accuse you with zero consequences. She can claim assault, abuse, rape, online to the police and in court. And if it's proven a total lie, she gets a little slap on the wrist. But you lose your job, your reputation, your sanity, and you can spend years in prison even if you're innocent. The system shields her more than the truth. Men are disposable, not women. Draft registration, men only. Most workplace deaths, men. Most homeless, men. Suicide rate 4 times higher, men. The double standards never end. Man hits a woman, monster, jail. Woman hits a man, what did you do to her? Man cheats, you're trash. Woman cheats, she was just unhappy, he failed. The bottom line is, women get safety nets, sympathy, legal advantages, social worship, and endless help. Men don't. That is just the truth. Pretending that we're both equal is gaslighting half of the population. So wake up.
Straight black men are the cancer of the black community. That's where it starts and that's where it stops. Ladies, I'm here to tell y'all something. All this shit that y'all got going on, some of y'all, not all of y'all, with the gays and with the trans, let it go. Your issue is not a trans woman. Your issue is not a punk or not a sissy. Your issue is all of our issue. Straight black men. Straight black men are the enemy to the gays. Straight black men are the enemy to the trans. Straight black men are who are causing harm to the girls and the women. That's where it's at. Now y'all can shoot the messenger. Y'all can call me all type of faggots on the Shade Room and all the other blog sites that's gonna pick this up and I'll eat it. But you'll never see a situation where girls and women walking around saying they scared of the gay boys. They scared of their life for the gay boys. They don't want to be around the gay boys. It ain't us going around with these fragile ass egos, can't take rejection. We've got to ask ourselves, and I don't even know if the black straight male collective can even answer this question because their egos tend to be so fragile. How is it we are raising boys with these fragile ass egos that feel it is okay to slam girls on their head for saying no? Why is it that we have to make the females of the community make all the adjustments? It's not fair. Straight black men are the cancer of the black community. Argue with your mammy.
Greetings. This is another topic of the kosher clinician that might be sensitive to some viewers. If you are sensitive to the topic at hand or the title provided in the show, please proceed with caution. You have been warned. Viewer discretion is advised. Fire for your mind. The kosher clinician.
If it ain't seven, it ain't kosher. Heaven and hell, that's what they told you. Real men put the strap down and we can toss them. Young heads pick it back up and young dolphins. This is our culture. Now we talking kosher. Clinician, masculinity issues. Absent fathers who miss you. Mama drama don't kiss you. All a part of the ritual. This is how they get you. Separate the men, women clipping babies pretend to. Damn. Lovers, haters acting like vultures. If it ain't seven, it ain't kosher. If it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us. If it ain't seven, it ain't kosher. If it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us. If it ain't seven, it ain't kosher. If it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. Listen. Listen.
If you guys can hear me, hit 1. If you can hear me, guys, please hit 1. Hit 1. We're going to have a short show, not too long. We're not going to be before you guys long on today. We're going to have a short show, quick show, but I want to address this nonsense by this alphabet guy. And the topic is what fruits don't understand about vegetables. Because there does appear to be an attack on black men. There does appear to be an attack on traditionalism. And there does appear to be an attack on anything that's synonymous to truth, family, stability, and masculinity. And somebody by the name of VJ said this, and I do agree. I don't think it's a misunderstanding. It seems to me that it's pushing an agenda while fighting for control, while attacking perceived threats towards that agenda. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. It's all by design, guys. It's by design. And this attack on masculinity is not based in reality. It's based on propaganda. And so what fruits don't understand about vegetables is that, and this is satire, how can a gay black man go live on the internet and make a declaration saying that black men or the majority of black men are complicit in causing harm and damage when a lot of black men are invisible because most women are very hypergamous and they want the best of men. All these PSYOP movements, guys, these PSYOP shows, these PSYOP manipulations are by design. It's to keep the genders warring towards one another. And I do these shows, guys, not for the sake of causing concern between the genders, but I do it to bring attention. And for, a fruit that's trying to tell a vegetable how to be a man sounds like to me a lot of displaced aggression, scapegoating, minimization of masculinity, which is a cognitive distortion, and projecting out of pain. And I promise you, if you look at this man's past, there's some trauma related to this man. Now, think about what this man is saying, guys. How can 100% of black men in America be contributing to the problem if this particular man himself is depopulating the earth, and then his cohort, which according to scripture is abominable, his cohort is dressing like a woman, but black men are causing harm, and it never fails. It never fails. They got to always blame a black man for something. It's easy to blame a black man. No different than what happened last week or 2 weeks ago with this femicide incident. We know that it was problematic. Those women lost their lives. But the premise was a false premise because the premise was predicated in assuming or asserting that black men by default are dangerous. And that's a problem. But I want to show you guys something. You can make your own analysis. But it's all by design. That's why you got a subset of men that lie to women. They play on your vulnerabilities. They play on your ego. A true man that loves a woman, a true man that loves culture and community tells you the truth. And sometimes in telling the truth, it hurts. But the truth will set you free. And many don't want to hear the truth because being a victim is easier than telling the truth. And while there are manipulative men that lie to women, break their hearts, keep them in a mental logjam, many times the same thing can be said about happy black men as well. And it baffles me that a happy man would be concerned about heterosexual men and attack black men or attack heterosexual men. And he could be upset because heterosexual men is not giving him any attention. But I just find that very weird. But the powers that be will use any avenue to prey on women. And being a victim and always blaming others instead of looking at yourself, it keeps you in a state of arrested development. And this man, whatever his name is pushing propaganda. It's not based in reality, because when you make a broad statement saying that a large percentage of 100% of men are complicit in destroying and hurting women, and then you use a small sample size to justify that, it's problematic. And so men like him do what manipulative men do. They lie to women. He manipulates you with sweet words, but he has dark intentions. He knows your pain, and he will use it, whether he's gay or straight. Many times straight manipulative men will do this, but sometimes a gay man will do it as well because he's projecting. He's more or less scapegoating black men as an ego defense mechanism. He's dealing with displaced aggression too. And 9 times out of 10, this man, this fruit, probably had some kind of trauma because his dad wasn't around. And anything that reminds him of his father, he displaces that anger towards black men. And so, black men can't get around. There's a percentage of good women that are left. We call those women remnant women. They're rare. They're far and few in between. They're hidden gems, but they're called remnant women. It's not a lot of them, but they're rare. They're godly women. They're striving to do the right thing. They're quiet. Many times they hide in obscurity for the fear of being ridiculed. And a lot of times they don't have any support because those women are striving to do the right thing. But men like this fruit and other heterosexual men that manipulate women, they don't love women. They actually laugh at them. Because like I said, they don't want to hear the truth. From lying to women about their body count doesn't matter. For lying to them that tells them that they don't lose value over time and age. From lying to them telling them that, having kids doesn't lower your value. And having kids by multiple men. And so all this, guys, is nothing but psychological manipulation, to say the least. And shout out to my man, St. James Palmer, for that $10 cash out. Shout out to brother St. James, dear friend of mine, all the way out from the North State. Shout out to him for that $10 cash out, as he's the #1 sponsor. I appreciate it, brother St. James, for showing love. Shout out to him. But these men manipulate you because they act as agents of chaos against the greater good of black excellence or the greater good of America. Because for a fool to say, I mean, think about a fruit trying to tell a man how to be a vegetable. I would never tell a fruit how to be a fruit because I'm not concerned about fruit stuff. But this man is depopulating the earth. This man could be hurting women. You know, if some of these men are down low by spreading disease. But he's saying that, you know, heterosexual black men are the biggest risk. And it's a problem. It's problematic, guys, to say the least. One of the most vulnerable spots for a woman is when she's lonely and when she's afraid. Women are most vulnerable when she's impregnated by the seed of a man. Men are most vulnerable when they are impregnated mentally. And it's problematic. It's problematic because a lot of these women, guys, actually fall into a stupor. Pregnant but alone, no husband, no help. And that's why you have so much dysfunction now. Because a small percentage of men are blamed for a large percentage of the problems. And some of these women are not victims. They knew that some of these women are, but some of these women are not victims. No man can force you to give your body away. No man can force you to do that. And the world does not owe you anything. If a young man that's a drug dealer goes out here and sells drugs and he tells the world that I sold drugs because I wanted to provide for my girlfriend, provide for my mom, guess what? That woman's not going to give him sympathy. So for a woman to say, the reason why I kept having intimacy or had sex with a man because I was looking for love, the world doesn't owe you no excuse, ma'am. You didn't do it one time, you did it several times, and you got pregnant. And the world does not owe you any sympathy. Consistent with what the woman was saying earlier, there's a double standard. It's a double standard. You can't expect sympathy while claiming to be equal and also claiming to be smarter than men. And so a woman is most vulnerable when she's impregnated by manipulative men, but also when she's impregnated physically by a man that does not care about her or her child. But this is what the advent of the sexual revolution have done. It's caused a lot of pain, and it's caused a lot of hurt, and it's caused a lot of dysfunction. Most of these men, in my opinion, hate traditional black men for one or two reasons. I would argue they hate them primarily because they don't want them to know what their purpose is. They don't want them to know how much power that they have. A true masculine man is competent. A competent man is masculine. And if he's a man of faith, God is his compass, his direction, his wisdom, his strength, his purpose. It's not a woman. And there are a lot of innocent men in the shadows that don't bother people. They got their head down. They're working on themselves. But somehow they get blamed for the majority of the problems that happen in this world and also happen in life. A competent man is self-disciplined. He's mentally strong. He's focused. He's resilient. He's strategic. He's a leader. But the world does not want men to be strong. The world don't want men to have God as his compass. The world want men to fall in love, not love within reason. The world want men to be the blame for everything because this thing is highly Luciferian. I'm going to destroy the man. If I destroy the man, I will destroy society. If I destroy society, I will destroy the children. If I destroy the children, I will destroy the women. When men fail to lead, the children rebel and the women, they take over. So a competent man is masculine. God is his compass, and his values is his anchor. His values is what keep him grounded to stay on his life compass. But this attack on masculinity is by design to get men off their life compass, to get them distracted, and they'll use any and everybody to get you off your compass, to keep you in defense mode, and to keep you away from your purpose, because it's easier to blame a man, especially a black man, because when you blame the black man, then the person that commits the crimes, they don't have to self-reflect and look at themselves. And that's what they want you to do. As I said before last week, last Saturday, manhood is under attack. And this recent nonsense by this fruit guy, men are disrespected socially, false accusation. This is a false accusation. Cancel culture, feminized society, and attacked by effeminate men. There's an attack on masculinity to break down masculine men. And the culprit of it is spiritual. Attack on faith, it's an attack on faith, masculine women, Luciferian agendas, porn, and also spiritual manipulation. All this stuff, guys, is by design. It's intentional to derail and also to get men off their square. So for this man to say what he said,
close. Women are loved just
for this man to say what he said, guys, is nonsense. For him to say what he said is utter nonsense, because we know and understand that a large majority of men
are women more privileged than men? Yes.
After white woman said this.
I'm gonna catch a lot of flack for this, but I'm gonna say it out loud with my whole chest. Straight black men are the cancer.
Imagine once again, guys, a fruit calling straight black men a cancer. But men of his ilk often have oral cancer, and other kinds of cancers that I'm not going to say. But somehow, straight black men are the problem. Somehow, straight black men are the problem. Somehow, make it make sense. Straight black men are the problem, according to this vegetable inspector.
Of the black community.
Are women more privileged than men? Yes, they are. And it's not even close. Women are loved just for existing. They get attention, compliments, protection, free drinks, doors opened for them, etc. And a man, he's invisible until he proves that he can provide, protect, perform, pay, or add value. In other words, earn your spot or disappear. Guess what? A woman can also decide if you become a dad or not. You get zero say. She's pregnant, her body, her choice, my dudes. End of story. Do you want the kid? Doesn't matter. Don't want it? Doesn't matter. 18 years of child support slammed on you without consent, and worse, she cheats. She claims the kid is yours.
But somehow heterosexual black men are the reason why everybody's in trouble. And he took one anecdotal example and used that to defend himself and to push this negative agenda that black men are dangerous. Like I said, guys, it's no different than what happened last week with this false exaggeration about femicide. We know the femicide is wrong. And those women that lost their lives, it was horrendous. But to push this dumb agenda and to push the propaganda that black men are dangerous by default, it's a problem. And listen, it ain't gonna change in our lifetime, guys. I mean, I listen to these shows because it's funny, it's satire, and it's evergreen content. But it's not changing in our lifetime. You'll be a fool to waste your time to think that things are going to change in our lifetime. There's a small percentage. Magnet substitute teacher and Luke Casey said it, and I've heard others say it. We've always said it's about 20 to 10%. And we say 20% is generous. Shout out to XL Pro. Shout out to that brother. But for a vegetable, for a fruit, to call out a vegetable, guys, that's a problem. How can a fruit that don't like women try to tell masculine men what their issues are when he's messed up in the head himself? That's how deranged this world has gotten, guys.
You raise it for years and discover that It's not yours later. Court, in many places, still force you to pay until 18 years of age. So you're screwed. One day, she wakes up unhappy, files for divorce, no proof needed, and walks with primary custody most of the time, years of child support, and many times a lifetime of alimony plus half of your assets. Oh, and she isn't required to show you that the money is actually helping your kid. It all goes to her. She can also falsely accuse.
But somehow, straight black men, white or black, with all these privileges, a white woman had enough sense to understand that. And she's talking about all men, black and white. But somehow they get a fruit to come up here and say that black men are the problem. The black men are cancer, a fruit. Not a heterosexual man, but a fruit. How can a fruit tell a vegetable how to be a vegetable?
You with zero consequences. She can claim assault, abuse, rape online to the police and in court. And if it's proven a total lie, she gets a little slap on the wrist. But you lose your job, your reputation, your sanity, and you can spend years in prison even if you're innocent. The system shields her more than the truth. Men are disposable, not women. Draft registration, men only. Most workplace deaths, men. Most homeless, men. Suicide rate 4 times higher, men. The double standards never end.
But somehow, once again, men are causing all the chaos in the world. Heterosexual men are causing all the chaos, and we're the most dangerous with all these benefits that women have. But somehow, heterosexual men are causing the chaos, and they hire a fruit to try to push this dumb narrative. They use a fruit to push a narrative. A fruit. Not a masculine man, but a fruit. And somehow then he's an expert on black relationships.
And man hits a woman, monster, jail. Woman hits a man, what did you do to her? Man cheats? You're trash. Woman cheats? She was just unhappy. He failed. The bottom line is, women get safety nets, sympathy, legal advantages, social worship, and endless help. Men don't. That is just the truth. Pretending that we're both equal is gaslighting half of the population. So wake up.
Straight black men are the cancer of the black community. That's where it starts and that's where it stops. Ladies, I'm here to tell y'all something. All this shit that y'all got going on, some of y'all, not all of y'all, with the gays and with the trans, let it go.
Shout out to What We Know podcast. Shout out to that brother. How you doing, sir? You can tap in What We Know podcast if you want to, man. You can join me in this conversation because there's a clear attack on masculine men. And I say it again. What does a fruit know about a vegetable? A fruit trying to tell a vegetable how to be a vegetable. But he's a fruit. Make it make sense, guys.
Your issue is not a trans woman. Your issue is not a punk or not a sissy. Your issue is all of our issue. Straight black men. Straight black men are the enemy to the gays. Straight black men are the enemy to the
How does straight black men be an enemy to the gays? We don't bother gays. Gays got more rights than bald eagles, man. They got more rights than the bald eagle. The white woman just told you how much men are under attack. And they got more rights than the bald eagle. But somehow, Little Richard's son said that men are the reason. Somehow he said that heterosexual men are the problem.
Trans, straight black men are who are causing harm to the girls and the women. That's where it's at. Now, y'all can shoot the messenger. Y'all can call me all type of faggots on the shade.
But those same heterosexual men are risking their lives in fires. They're putting their lives on the life to protect women. They're dying prematurely for the sake of the family. But somehow Little Richard, not, it ain't even Little Richard, it's Little Richard. Little Richard Light, not Richard, but Richard, say that heterosexual men are a danger to women. This is an attack on men and masculinity, especially black men, guys. And all you can do is laugh at it. Maybe this fruit will save them when things get really rough. Because I promise you, this fruit won't be nowhere to be found when an innocent woman's on the side of the road, or when it comes down to protecting a woman by a man putting his life on the line. Somehow this man probably got daddy issues. His dad probably abandoned him, and he's projecting out of anger and hurt. And it's always from a trauma place, because what he's saying is that it doesn't even make any sense.
And all the other blog sites that's gonna pick this up and I'll eat it. But you'll never see a situation where girls and women walking around saying they scared of the gay boys. They scared of their life for the gay boys. Let
me see. How many men have been attacked by their girlfriends and they underreported? How many men are afraid they can lose everything that they got? But he always trying to make everything a physical attack about victimhood and violence. And we know that's not the case. Most domestic issues are bi-directional. Now we know the men that sometimes get caught up in DV, they finish it by committing homicide, but the percentage is very small.
Don't want to be around the gay boys. It ain't us going around with these fragile ass egos, can't take rejection. We've got
but heterosexual man got fragile egos, but let a heterosexual man say something about a fruit. Let any man say something about a fruit and see what happens. So who's really the fragile one? Because you can't say nothing against this man. As I said, he got more rights than the bald eagle. You can't joke against him. You can't joke, because if you joke against him, they're gonna try to cancel you. So who's really fragile? But you take one example and use that as a falsehood to justify this dumb narrative that men got fragile ego. So okay, let's see whose ego is fragile. When a man tells a woman he doesn't want to be with her anymore, and she busts and she either attacks him or she does damage to his car. When a man says he doesn't want to be with a woman anymore, she doesn't let him see his kids or rely on him. And that man is not afraid physically. He's afraid because of his livelihood and false accusations. But of course, a fruit will say something fruity. He can't think like a vegetable, because a vegetable thinks straight. But this man thinks circular like a woman.
Gotta ask ourselves, and I don't even know if the black straight male collective can even answer this question, because their egos tend to be so fragile. How is it we are raising boys with these fragile ass egos that feel it is okay to slam girls on their head for saying no? Why is it that we have to make the females of the community make all the adjustments? It's not fair. Straight black men are the cancer of the black community. Argue with your mammy.
And the fruit said, argue with your mammy. I'm going to ask you guys a question. Are straight black men the problem with this so-called dumb community? Because I would argue that there is no community. This so-called community has been there for years, but not according to this fruit. Let's look at what Media Man said, guys. This is on Facebook. Let me see if I can blow this up. Because to the fruity unruly is pushing an agenda. And they love to push these negative archetypes about black men. They love to push it. And you can hear that the guys are frustrated. Gay and goofy boy about to go pick a struggle. There's some strong black men out here that we're not the type they call this BS. It's hilarious that he feels he can bring something to the conversation when he's already punched out. And for the sisters who are confused, stay confused, because we're going to make it anyway. Yeah. And I agree, that, like Moses Todd said, they're plants. I believe that. It's all by design to cause chaos and to cause division and to keep things stirred up. Not to bring us together, to work together and build healthy families, but to keep us divided.
Everywhere I look, it is gay black men.
Straight black men are the cancer of the black community. Argue with your mammy. I've been saying for years on this show that black men need to have a conversation, black men alone. We have got to figure out what is going on with us. This is not something that black women can help us with. This conversation does not include black women. Black women, stand down and stand to the side. Black men need to have a kumbaya amongst themselves, and I'm gonna niche this out a little more. And it's heterosexual black men.
Now imagine heterosexual black men ain't bothering this boy. We ain't doing nothing to this boy. And this boy out here talking about trying to tell men how to be men, and he confused. Probably got some unresolved trauma. His daddy probably left him. But somehow he's trying to tell heterosexual black men how to operate, and blaming all black men for the misgivings of a few.
What makes this conversation even more uncomfortable but necessary
Shout out to Medium
is
Man.
this.
There is a conversation that needs to be had in-house amongst the straight black.
Imagine this man trying to tell straight black men what to do, but in their community is rampant with disease, rampant with oral cancer, anal cancer. But somehow, somehow he trying to tell black men what to do. Shout out to my sister, man. Shout out to my sister. Both of my sisters showed me love. Shout out to my sister. I call her the Raptor. She remind me of Barney. Shout out to my sister. You know who you are. Shout out to my sister, CL, for that $20 cash app. Shout out to that dear sister for showing love. And both of my sisters may be the #1 sponsor of the stream. My sisters, they're investing in some money, man. And my sister, she is the #1 sponsor of the stream. Shout out to my sister CL.
It's the money.
I hate being like.
So all this propaganda, guys, it's all by design.
Black men alone. We have got to figure out what.
We don't, man. We don't play for the same team. We don't play for the same team. You're a fruit. You're a fruit. We're eggplants, zucchini, squash, rutabagas. But you're a fruit. You're a strawberry daiquiri. We don't care about you. We ain't got to figure nothing out, because we're not going to listen to a man that's confused like you. You're confused. So why would straight men listen to somebody with a broken arrow? It doesn't make any sense. You worry about your community. You worry about lowering the cancer rates in your community and the violence, the domestic violence among your community, and the oral and the anal cancer in your community. That's what you need to worry about. You don't need to worry about black heterosexual men, because most black heterosexual men are fine. We know that there are some demons in all groups, but that is not representation of all black men. So you need to worry about what you need to worry about, because you're not going to tell traditional black men how to think. And they do everything in their power to shut up traditional black men, because it's all by design and it's Luciferian, and they want black men to go run in the closet, white men too, and not be men and be quiet. Imagine a fruit trying to tell a man how to be a vegetable.
is going on with us? This is not something that black women can help us with. This conversation does not include black women. Black women, stand down and stand to the side. Black men need to have a kumbaya amongst themselves, and I'm gonna niche this out a little more. And it's heterosexual black men.
And what makes this conversation even more uncomfortable but necessary is this.
There is a conversation that needs to be had in-house amongst the straight black male collective. Black women are excelling in so many different areas. They've mobilized, they got their sister thing, they getting their degrees, getting themselves together.
This guy's an idiot, man. This is the same lie, because all black women are not getting degrees. All women in their cohort tend to excel and do better than their men. White, black, Indian, or whatever. But think about this, guys. For this fruit to say what he said, think about this. The power that women have is because white men gave them the power to get it. The platforms that they've used to denigrate men built their platform. That's why I say it's Luciferian. It's no different than God building the universe and then Lucifer trying to brag and act like he's big and bad. So you can't have generations of women that don't push boys to greatness, don't nurture boys, and then complain that boys are not doing good. But this is all propaganda. It's funny to me. I just laugh at it because we know this is nonsense. Just like the lie that black women are making all this money. And we know that black women don't make more money than black men. It's a small percentage of black women that are educated than perhaps. But even some of them don't make more than some blue-collar black men. But it's all propaganda, guys. It's all about minimizing black men, putting the woman up top. And if men wanted to right now to shut down and take back everything that they gave to women, men can do it, and it's nothing women could do about it. If we wanted to shut the grid down, we can shut the grid down. If we wanted to take their jobs away, we could take the jobs away. If a man was mean enough to impact, and I'm not saying this is right, but if he wanted to inflict physical harm, he could do it. It's nothing she can do about it. That's why I say it's funny. The power that women have is the power that men gave them. Men at any time could take the power back, even though most black men didn't have nothing to do with it, because black men never had power. So for this fruit to say this and to single out black men, I do agree with the guys. He's probably a plant.
And there is this super toxic masculine push to be alpha males and to be leaders and want to be in charge of everything. And I say this with my whole chest. Want to be in charge of so much.
This dumb fruit. That's why I say, guys, you can't take this dumb fruit serious. He got daddy issues because men are supposed to be the leaders. We are supposed to be the leaders in our homes. And a lot of times, while there are a few women that are good leaders, a lot of women don't lead from logic, they lead from their emotions. There are some that can lead with logic, but many tend to lead with emotions. And so this boy sounds like somebody that lost his dad, and somehow he's projecting his anger towards heterosexual men because of some insecurity that he went through or some vows of trauma he saw his mom go through. And this is what I call an introjected man. It's an ego defense mechanism.
Much shit and want to be the head of the household and want you to respect them. And not all brothers, but many, the only thing they got on their damn resume is audacity. Ooh. That's it. Ain't got shit else to offer the world but and audacity. We start talking about issues that maim the black community and dead weight. The numbers show it ain't the sisters.
How can the fruit talk about some sisters and talk about some brother? This guy's not my brother. I don't even associate. I would never associate with a guy like this. That's why I told you, conscious-minded black men, don't hang around some of these pro-blacks that support bad women, because I don't look at people based on skin color alone. I look at people based on consciousness, and not necessarily this black conscious ideology, but consciousness as it relates to what's right. But yet this man don't understand that, sadly, a large percentage of women are complicit in their own demise with femicide. Not femicide, infanticide, taking their children's lives. Not allowing the fathers, the men to see their children. false accusations, paternity fraud. But somehow this fruit saying that men are the problem.
They ain't gonna like you saying that.
I don't give a damn. It ain't the sisters. It ain't.
Imagine that. And what he does, he plays right into the so-called fragile ego of the women that won't have any self-reflection moments. See, this demonic spirit that's in the world want men to bend. I don't mind saying, we know there are some men that cause problems in society, but it's not all men. It's a percentage, but it's not all. And they love these kind of men. See, men like this does not impact them irrationally, because most are not intimidated by an effeminate man. They fear irrationally many times. Women are by nature are afraid of men. That's why they'll say dumb stuff like they choose the bear. Because even though if you put a woman in an ecosystem where there are bears, which is dumb, or if you took the bears and brought the bears into domestic environments, we know that the bears will kill the women and the men. But somehow they'll take one or two small examples and blow things out of proportion and falsely accuse and falsely assail men as being dangerous. Yet, men built the world. Men built the infrastructure. Men give them platforms to denigrate men. Men gave them jobs. Men gave them the grid. Men gave them everything. But somehow she's going to listen to a fruit. Because see, what a fruit does, a fruit is effeminate. And a fruit thinks like a woman. A fruit doesn't think like a logical, rational man. That's why I say a fruit can't tell you how to be a vegetable.
Ain't the gay boys.
Yeah. Because that's
it ain't us.
Yes.
It's not us.
Yeah.
The gay boys, we ain't the ones selling dope. Mm-hmm. We ain't the ones in gangs. We ain't
these false stereotypes. But you're the ones causing anal cancer. You're the ones causing oral cancer. You're the one that's confusing children. You're the one that's you're the ones that's playing a role and pushing an agenda that can destroy the image of the black family. You're the one that's pushing the agenda that goes against God. So which one is worse? Because at the end of the day, if you don't reproduce it, you're a greater harm to the black community. But somehow you take a small sample size where you're the greater threat. This boy sounds slow.
Ain't the ones creating illegitimate children running.
Once again, they use a small sample size and they act like black women don't have any agency over their body. But think about this, guys. How could women be equal to men, but yet not equal in responsibility? Unless a woman has been raped or molested, many of these women choose certain types of men and they keep having intimacy with those same kinds of men, but somehow you blame it on the man. Nobody blames a dumb man for giving a woman all his money. Women exploit men like men exploit women. But if she valued herself and valued her body, then that man could never take care of her body. But when you got a generation of women that don't value their body, and they give their body to other men without taking accountability, and then somehow they blame all men that are invisible to those same said women until those women get ran through and old, and then all of a sudden they want that man they didn't give the time of day in his 20s. But see, what this dude does, he has a cognitive distortion called overgeneralization. Don't have no statistics, no data. He'll take a small sample size and blow it out of proportion and say all black men. But I promise you, if you look at this boy's background, somebody violated him. That's why he's saying this dumb stuff.
Running around, creating broken homes. We ain't the ones battering and beating the women. It's not us.
Some gay are men who have sex with black men, frequently bash heterosexual black men online. They call them toxic, broken, or the problem, often in defense of black women. But here's the irony. The CDC and public health data show that men who have sex with men behavior is one of the main contributors to the HIV crisis among black women. So this isn't about shaming. This is about balance and accountability. You can't bash straight black men while ignoring the role of undisclosed MSM behavior, putting black women at risk. So now let's address the down low narrative. black men who have sex with men but don't identify as gay.
Well, but here's the problem with that. Let's be real. They've done a study, and where it says that millennial women bump beavers. See, they talk about down low men, but there are a lot of down low women too. oh yeah, there are a lot of women that have been bumping beavers. A lot of these women are beaver bumpers. Some of your girlfriend could have been a former beaver bumper. Your ex-wife or your current wife could have been a beaver bumper. But they won't tell you that. They try to paint a picture that men, that black men are just by default DL. Not understanding that a lot of these women are beaver bumpers. Especially some of these millennial women, some of the Gen X too. They've slept with a woman or two or three or more in their lifetime. But they won't tell you that story. They won't tell you about the women that they've been sleeping with.
Or bisexual. Research shows that among men who have sex with men, about 20% identify as down low, but not all of them are black. And even when accounting for DL men, heterosexual black men still don't make up the overwhelming majority. That belongs to white men. So yes, the DL population exists, but no, it is not large enough to change the broader truth.
Want to protect black women? Stop.
Right. Like my man said, his ex was one. But they don't talk. Maybe I need to do a show on DL black women or beaver bumpers. Rise of the beaver bumper. Because a lot of these women are bi. They've been with women before. But you won't hear that story.
Stop sleeping with so many and giving all of them herpes. And then, want to protect black women. Stop sleeping with so many and giving all of them herpes.
Dad to two by two women. Have you ever been married?
I haven't.
Never married.
And listen, here's our point. This man said that he like men's with a Z. And black straight women still wanted to be with him. Even though this man said he liked men's with a Z. But somehow, and good job by media man, somehow black heterosexual men are the problem.
All right, what kind of woman are you looking for now, Christopher?
We discussed this before.
I don't remember.
Maybe we need to do a show, guys, and I have you guys come up talking about his DL versus her DL. Because what you guys are saying is that a lot of these women are beaver bumpers. According to what the guys are saying, a lot of these guys are saying that a lot of these women are beaver bumpers. I mean, two guys have already said their exes were beaver bumpers. And that's a problem. That is a problem if you're talking about protecting women, but yet your woman is a beaver bumper. I feel so sorry for men trying to date a quality woman, trying to find a quality woman now. Shout out to Luke Casely and a Magna substitute teacher. Because they both agreed that the percentage of quality is small. Now this man is definitely I don't know what he is. He looks gay to me. Well, actually, he is gay. Maybe he was bisexual at one point. And these women know this man is bisexual, and they'll sleep with him, and then they'll turn around and blame a heterosexual man for it.
On your show in February, so I am looking for a man.
Real quick, are you bisexual? Is that what we call it?
Not anymore. I told you before that really didn't matter. Females mostly hit me up. Females
mostly hit him up, guys. Can y'all believe that? Females mostly hit him up. Y'all do me a favor, share the stream with 5 or 6 like-minded people. But females hook him up. So many, how many so-called straight women openly call other women their wives? Right. Never have I heard another straight man call a man his husband. Right. Or sister wife. Whatever that means. I guess they're married to the same man. I think that's what that means.
We still try to talk. Females are going to be the ones that reach out to me. And it was like out of maybe 1,000 follows and miss.
1,000 women knew he was gay. And they still reached out to him because they wanted to flip him. But if that man gave these women AIDS, then they'll turn around and blame a heterosexual man. That's what I'm telling you guys. Don't waste your energy and time dealing with these crazy women. You get with the small percentage of women that got some sense and show them love and support. Hold tight. Because these chicks are crazy. A fruit trying to tell a man how to be a man.
Messages and all that, maybe 10 were dudes and the rest were females.
So, are you open to females or is it men only?
Men only.
Okay, so you're saying 990 ladies reached out to you, and only 10 men reached out to you.
Yeah.
And you said on that live that you wanted men only too?
I did.
Wow, the ladies still reached out to you.
Yeah.
It's a man shortage, child. They trying to get a man child.
Ms. Ware, you claim that after one...
It's no man shortage. It's not a man shortage. They just want what they want. They're always pushing these false narratives and false tropes. And that's why I keep telling black men that made good choices, do what's best for you. Don't get caught up in this nonsense. Here, this woman knew this man was gay. And she's still trying to pursue him. Now, if she had got AIDS, they would have somehow conveniently blamed that on heterosexual black men.
One night of passion with the defendant, you ended up pregnant, but he is now denying paternity of your 3-year-old son, Ayante.
We would hang out with each other, you know, long talks, you know, this is my gay best friend, you know.
Oh, your gay best friend?
Yes.
And at that time, Mr. Wilson, you were dating men?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were dating other people at this time?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I was bored. I was home alone, you know. I was like, you want to come over, you know, get him some drinks, you know, hold up and chill with Netflix or something. And
when you do your neck like that, that means you up to something.
Yes.
Okay. That's why you said it.
You know, we got to drinking, watching little movies or whatever, and I ain't gonna lie, I made a move, and he didn't push me away, so that was my reassurance. Okay, maybe he want this too.
So wait, now, when did you start even liking him?
Oh, I liked him from day one. I'm confident about myself. You know, he might think he's gay or whatever. You know, that's why I'm thinking to myself, he think he's gay. You know, but he ain't met me.
So you had been plotting on this all the time, but you were waiting for the time to make your move.
Yes, ma'am. Big Shirley gonna try to flip it.
So you really had your eyes on your gay best friend. This is the guy you really wanted.
Yes, ma'am.
She kind of seduced me. You know, we started drinking. I got intoxicated. One thing led to another.
She seduced you how?
Basically, after she got me drunk, she kind of started filling up on me and stuff. So, and then, you know, it went from oral, then it just went from there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I asked the question, didn't I? So, Miss Ware, you had your plan all mapped out.
Yes, ma'am.
You ain't no shame in your game, huh?
Never hold them accountable. Nobody ever holds them accountable. Nobody ever holds them accountable. They can do all kinds of dirt and debauchery, but nobody holds them accountable. Thank you, Duffy man. Nobody holds them accountable. Nobody. Just blame a black man for everything. And that's why these conversations, guys, become so convoluted, become so circular. Because it's easy to blame a black man.
No, ma'am.
And I do understand that many black women are understandably concerned. Some unknowingly enter relationships with men who hide their same-sex activity, which absolutely poses a public health risk, which is why statistically, black women are more affected by HIV than any other female group. But here's what's rarely acknowledged. The majority of black LGBTQ plus individuals are women, especially bisexual women.
Right.
So black women aren't just impacted by the HIV crisis, they're also a significant part of the equation. We can't have an honest conversation if we're only blaming one group.
Black women, your sex is very expensive. It's very costly.
Who really has the most HIV? Straight black men are not the problem to the fruit basket. straight black men are not causing HIV according to CDC data. So it's not black men, it's black women. I don't know what black MSM stand for, but who really has the most HIV in the black community? It's not straight black men, but somehow the fruit basket said it was black men, straight black men.
Do you understand that 60% of these black men are not wearing condoms? Do you understand that many of these black men are DL? Do you understand that many of these men who go into jail at a 20% STI rate come out of jail at an 80% STI rate? And that when you sleep with someone, you're sleeping with everybody in the community. Black women represent more than 50% of all HIV cases among women. Your sex is expensive. Do you understand that 60% of these black men are not wearing condoms?
Now let's directly address a claim that was made, that 60% of black men don't.
Many of these black women are telling men not to wear condoms. They said they don't. They said they want a man. They want some raw meat. They don't want that man to wear no condom. But once again, guys, they never take accountability. How can a man enter a woman unless you force him to either put a ring on her finger, and then if it happened after that, or after she told that man to use protection, then that's a better argument. But always the victim. Right. Shout out to your friends, Duffy, man. Thank you.
Don't use condoms. The first question we have to ask is simple. Where is the data for that claim? Because when we actually go to official data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the numbers tell a completely different story. According to the CDC's National Center for Health Statistics, in a report titled Unmarried Men's Contraceptive Use at Recent Sexual Intercourse, United States 2011 to 2015, published in August 2017, researchers used data from the National Survey of Family Growth to examine condom use across racial groups. And what they found directly contradicts that claim. Approximately 54.3% of non-Hispanic black men reported using a condom at their last sexual encounter. That is higher than non-Hispanic white men at 44.2% and higher than Hispanic men at 42.1%. So not only is the claim that black men don't use condoms unsupported, the actual data shows that black men are the most likely to use condoms among the major racial groups in that data set. Now, when you break it down even further, it becomes even more clear. The CDC also found that condom use is highest among younger men, especially those between the ages of 15 and 19, where usage rates reach.
And see what these reprobates do. They take a small sample size of the worst men and falsely equivocate that to all black men. That's where they get these false narratives from.
Approximately 75%. So when you combine those two facts, what you're really looking at is this. Young black men are among the highest condom users in the country. And this isn't just one isolated finding. The CDC also reported that a higher percentage of unmarried non-Hispanic black men use the male condom compared to Hispanic and non-Hispanic white men overall. When we rely on actual CDC data, the narrative that black men are uniquely irresponsible when it comes to condom use is simply not supported. In fact, the data shows the opposite.
So if he is claiming, or if anybody else is claiming, that black men uniquely refuse condoms, they need to provide evidence for that claim, because the data we actually have does not support that narrative.
Do you understand that many of these black men are DL?
When researchers actually studied this narrative,
and some of these guys that do this, guys, they're jealous because straight black men don't want to be with them. And they got some kind of unresolved issues. So MSM stands for men who have sex with men. Okay.
they found the opposite of what social media and this guy suggested. Research shows that among men who have sex with men, about 20% identify as down low, but not all of them are black. And even when accounting for DL men, heterosexual black men still don't make up the overwhelming majority. That belongs to white men. So yes, the DL population exists, But no, it is not large enough to change the broader truth. And that doesn't even address the fact that there are more LGBTQ Black women than LGBT.
Right. There are 206,000 more lesbian, bisexual women than gay, bisexual Black men. And that's what I told you guys earlier. She's the one that's really down low. Some of you married and got with women that were beaver bumpers, man. That's what the data and statistics say. But somehow this agenda always forces you to believe that men by default are dangerous. All Black men. We're not talking about the ones that cause damage. But that's why you got to have data and statistics.
LGBTQ Black men. And you can find this information on the Williams Institute.
On behalf of the American Medical Association and our Minority Affairs Section and Advisory Committee on LGBTQ issues, welcome everybody and good evening. I'm Dr. Leanne Roberts, a member of the AMA Advisory Committee on LGBTQ issues, where I serve as the GLAMA representative. And in the past, I've served as the medical student section for the AMA. I practice obstetrics and gynecology in the Quad Cities, serving patients on the Illinois and Iowa border. I'm pleased to be joining you and our speakers today as we explore the intersection of race, sexual orientation, and gender identity. To lead our discussion, I'm pleased to introduce our panelists. Bianca Wilson, PhD, is the Rabbi Zaki Senior Scholar of Public Policy at the UCLA School of Law's Williams Institute. With that, I'll turn it over to Dr. Wilson.
Thank you, Dr. Roberts, for the introduction and for the AMA for the invitation to present to you all. So I'm pleased to present today just a very brief overview of a report that we finished just this year on Black LGBT adults in the U.S. Again, I work at the Williams Institute, which is an LGBT law and public policy research center that really has kind of filled the role of providing demographics and other type of large-scale survey data often, but we also do some qualitative studies as well. One of the things we identified, and here we primarily use data from the Gallup daily tracking poll pulled several years of data together. And from that, we get an estimate that there are approximately more than 1.2 million adults in the US that identify as both Black and as LGBT.
According to the Williams Institute at UCLA, about 1.2 million Black adults in the United States identify as LGBTQ+. Of those, 61% are Black women and 39% are Black men. That means Black LGBTQ+ women outnumber Black LGBTQ Black men by nearly 300,000.
So you saw for yourself, guys, who's really the problem. But it's not heterosexual Black men. I'm going to come back, guys, at some point and do another show addressing this nonsense. Shout out to Gregory Scotland. He says, salute, Coach, and much respect to you. We have some behavior going on right now that requires serious recalibration. Regular Black women looking up to these mega stallions and this foolishness. Yeah, I'm going to cover that, Greg. Because actually, I might go ahead and cover it now. Because the data don't lie. Some of these women got played. They got played because they didn't think they would be a victim of the Holy Jesus pipeline. They thought they had forever to get a good man, and they weren't going to be a victim of the Holy Jesus pipeline. And this goes back to what I said earlier. Women like Meg Thee Stallion want men to pay a whole tax. They had a lot of fun. They gave all their virtue away. And so what Clay Thompson was basically saying, I'm going to charge Megan the lady tax. Because a lady tax is a lot harder. It's a lot rougher for a woman like Meg Thee Stallion when she's older than the whole tax. The lady tax says, I made good choices. No baby mama drama. I was focused. I was disciplined. I'm ready to build my legacy, and I'm financially free. He's a top tier man. But the whole tax is a woman that want to charge a solid man the prices she didn't charge other men. Why aren't you spoiling me anymore? That's Meg the Stallion. I deserve designer everything. Your time is my time. Commit or somebody else's will. Never enough, always demanding. So the whole tax is not ever enough. It's never enough. You can do everything right, and it's never enough. Shout out to Gregory Scotland. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to come back and I'm going to finish this. I'm going to finish this at another time. But thank you to my sister that donated on tonight. Thank you for that $10 super chat with $20 cash out. And I'm going to come back and finish this. But guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick show. This was a quick show that I wanted to address. And it just proves the nonsense and the attack on masculinity. I'm going to recover this on Friday, I think. And it just more or less recalibrates the attack on masculinity and what so many try to do to keep pushing these trauma narratives and these victim narratives and the minimization of men. You always hear them say that men are black men are DL or black men or whatever. And listen, we know and understand that the men that listen, they don't have any issues with black men. It's just the propaganda. And the propaganda nonsense is going on. Gregory said, okay, also, Coach, I want to give you a lot of credit trying to deal with some of the people on the panel that you were recently on. Oh, yeah, what are you talking about? Elaborate, Greg. You're talking about on... What show are you talking about, Greg? You're talking about it might be risky. That's what you're talking about? I think that's what you're talking about. Educate me, Greg. What are you talking about? You're talking about with I want to give you a lot of credit for trying to deal with some of the people on the panel. Because I did a show with Luke Hazley and Maggie. Oh yeah. I'm gonna do a show on that at some point too, Gregory. I'm gonna do a show on that at some point. They're not from our tribe. Yeah, this dude was trying to be disrespectful, man. That's why I don't like going on those panels unless, I don't have no problem with DJ Ham. He was cool. But when people tell you to go on those panels, a lot of times it ain't nothing but a way to try to set you up. And this Hotep bum, he was mesmerized by my brilliance and my intellect. Because some of the biggest hypocrites that I know are Hoteps. And that's why I have no respect for them. You know, from the Umar Johnsons, they're talking about marrying black women, but he got 2 bastard kids. From this bum trying to run his mouth, don't know what adultification is, took the word that I used to try to flip it and try to make it adjust to his narrative. And then when you try to have a conversation and they disagree with you, instead of talking like men, because you can't say you pro-black, and you use the nomenclature of white supremacy. That's why I don't take these clowns serious. You're pro-black, but you use the N-word. You're pro-black, but you're trying to denigrate an LG, or OG, or older black man. Using ageism like that really matters. But I promise you, this dusty dude probably got $10 in his bank account. And if he did, or if he does, it probably came from selling drugs to black people. You pro-black, but you pushing poison in your own community. You pro-black, but you ain't marrying none of the women that you talking about you say you love. That's why I don't take some of these clowns serious, man. And me personally, I don't deal with these incompetent jackasses. Just because your skin color is black, you're not part of my tribe. I don't associate with them dusty Negroes. I said that when I was on DJ Hamp's show. He was fair. He moderated fairly. But don't damn ask me to come on your show thinking you're going to slick with your mouth. Because I don't care about that city talk, that city stuff, you tough. I don't care about that. I'm a man first. If you get in my face, I'm going to get in your face. And best man win. I don't care about that city slick nonsense and that city talk like you talk. Like they say in Brooklyn, I can bleed and you can bleed. You respect me, I'm going to respect you. But if you get in my face, you might get this work. Win, lose, or draw. And so anytime they see a masculine black man that goes outside of their thinking process, they'll try to shame them. Many times when they get slick with their mouths, they're projecting out of their insecurities. I'm trying to sound smart. That's what he said, Greg. He said, I'm trying to sound smart, not understanding his education. Most of these clowns on YouTube, education can't match mine. But somehow, I'm trying to sound smart. Taking adultification out of context. This dusty Negro had dust rings around his head. He had dust halos around his head. He was emitting dust coins. But somehow I'm trying to talk smart. Well, dust mite, I speak intelligent because I am intelligent, and I went to school, dust mite, unlike yourself. You know, I ain't got a fake like Dr. Shan, Brian, some of these other dust mites. I went to college. I'm a licensed clinician. You know, not that that really matters. But, you know, they got to always use ageism, you know, the old guy, which, you know, I'm grateful that I'm 54. I love being 54. I'm great. I thank God because I'm not in the grave like a lot of his cohort, a lot of his friends. But they do that, Gregory, to try to silence you and to shame you and control. You can't control me, Bomb. You won't control me. I say what I want to say. I'm not afraid of you. And they always want to resort to violence instead of talking like me. I'll get on a plane. You can't even afford a plane ticket, Bomb. I get on a plane. Like I can't carry me some heat too and take him out of this world. That's why I don't like going on those kind of panels, because it's a lot of low vibrational Negroes, man. You know, you'll find a few good brothers that are cool. They got some sense. DJ Ham, he's a cool brother. I respect him. You know, he's an intelligent guy. But you know, a lot of these panels are nothing. It's not. They really don't want serious conversation. They want to bait you into argument so you can have what's called a salacious moment, and it goes viral in the internet. They don't really want no true conversation. That's why I don't deal with these low vibrational Negroes. I don't deal with them. They're slow. They're dusty, like this clown Taz was. So, but anyway, I'm going to end this, guys. Yeah, John Smith. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Yep. He's been dusty for over a decade. He used to harass Thomas Sotomayor around 20. Yeah. Oh, I know. Oh, okay. Yeah. And you know what? Let me read this. Gregor said, who used to hang with Sandra, did this why this was to oppose you. Yeah, I know that's why it was. Who used to hang with Sandra, this was why yeah, right. And he said, yeah, hey, Casey, that Taz idiot has been dusted for over a decade. He used to arrest Thomas Sotomayor, right. He said most of these panels are to keep G women. Most of these panels are to keep good women doing to keep them paid. I don't know what that means. Yeah, Cortez. Yeah, somebody called me out of the blue, which I thought was weird and odd. And you know, I shouldn't even went up there, because for somebody to call me damn after 2 years, I mean, why are you reaching out now for? I mean, no disrespect, but I ain't heard of this person in 3 years. And they push these dumb agendas. They push this gender war thing going. And if him, I don't know if he did it or not, but if he did do it to be shiesty, then I would say he's a clown too. Because why would you have one of these conversations to bring forth disrespect instead of trying to bring forth some unity? So they ain't got to ever damn worry about me going on them kind of panels anymore. If you want to have an intellectual show, I'll deal with you one-on-one. But they did Guapo like that in the past. They do any man in the manosphere that way in the past, because some of these idiots are so profound and so damn log jammed on this pro-black nonsense. You know, just because you black, you know, you're supposed to cater to random women just because you black. You're supposed to do everything is based in racialized idolatry, which is static blackness. It's what you call racialized idolatry. And what racialized idolatry does, it look past everything else. All in the name of being black. As long as it's black, you know, as long as it's black. So if anybody want to do another debate, it will never be on one of them panels, them dusty, low IQ Negroes. I'm not wasting my time on my intellect. If you want me to come have a comment, we can have a conversation on my channel. Him and I talk one-on-one if you want to do that. But I don't want to go on those panels because it's a setup job. It's trying to get you in an aha moment. They don't really want to have cogent conversation. Some of these dummies keep forgetting I used to work in law enforcement, man. You know, I just went up there because somebody, you know. But like I said, I shouldn't even went up there. Because They didn't really want to have a conversation, especially this Dusty Negro Taz. Low IQ Dusty Negro talking about some adultification. Don't even know what adultification is. Take it out of context. A slow step. And I'm not saying all of them are like that, but most of them are very slow. So I don't deal with those Dusty Negroes. I don't want to be around them. They're not part of my tribe. I don't associate with dust. I associate with intellectual black men. And black men that got some sense and black women that got some sense. But they pick on people like myself and other people not to have a real conversation, but to continue in chaos. Right, Cortez Smith, right. Yeah, it's a money game, money gimmick, man, right. They will lie and hustle and damn say anything to make a dollar. That's why I was weird when the person reached out to me talking about get on the panel. That'll never happen again. If you want me to get on the panel, you're gonna pay me a fee. I ain't got time to waste my energy on Dusty Negroes. I don't have time to waste my energy on Dusty Negroes and ran through chicks. And you're right, Cortez. Maybe he is shicey. You know, maybe I'm giving him too much credit. He probably is shicey, but that's on him. But I won't be on the show again unless they want to do a panel with him and I one-on-one and we talk and we have an intellectual conversation. But they won't be none of that damn circular mess where I'm getting up there with that Dusty Negro Taz. I'm not having no conversation with that idiot. These pro-blacks are the worst hypocrites, man. But they're worried about the manosphere, not understanding what the manosphere is philosophically, not understanding that the manosphere is not one large conglomerate. But see, when I talk like that, I feel like I'm talking to slow people because they don't understand what I'm saying, man. They try to find the worst of the manosphere to falsely equivocate all men in the manosphere, not understand that the manosphere was a byproduct of needs. So I'm like, why would I be a licensed therapist, man, talking to these Dusty Negroes? You know, why would I waste my time even talking to them Dusty Negroes, man? See, I don't have to lie and be like Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. I'm a real clinician. Those that know me know I'm a real clinician. You know, I didn't go to Chicken George State University. I didn't go to some no-name school. So you're right, Greg. A lot of it's about money. And in case Taz Dusty Behind didn't know, if he didn't know, now he know. Because I promise you, Taz don't have my credentials.
Shut up, Kosher. Yeah. Shut up. Whoa. Shut up, Kosher. Ballin'. Take it back.
Like it's game time. Locked in when it's game time. Yeah, I'm ballin'. Like it's game time. Locked in when it's game time. I put in work, couldn't wait for my bag coming. 3 whole years and these records keep running. Don't talk to me if you can't match the numbers. Ballin', like it's game time. Locked in when it's game time. Yeah, I'm ballin', like it's game time. Locked in when it's game time. I put in work, couldn't wait for mine.
And you're right, Brother John Smith. I won't anymore. I know better. It wasn't nothing but a setup. I went in good faith, trying to have a light conversation because I had a client that day. But let me tell you, man, something. We know that it's not going to change in our lifetimes. These ran through women and these dusty pro steps, these dusty slow steps like Taz. We know it ain't gonna change in our lifetime, man. I don't even like to get around those kind of people, man. It's almost like being in the slow class, man. When I'm around people like that, you know, I remember when I was in the 7th grade and the 8th grade, the low IQ blacks were always violent and dangerous, and you know they always wanted to fight. They didn't want to learn. And I made up in my mind I was in a lower class in the 6th grade. I said, man, since that point, I said I got to be in with the smart kids, man. I ain't want to be with the dusty Negroes, man, because they always wanted to fight and try something. See, here's the problem. Try me now, because I'm not afraid of it. I'm not afraid of it. I'm smart and intellectual, and I will go upside your head if you get in my face. I'm not afraid of it. You can talk that talk while you're online. If you want to come meet me in North Carolina, you can talk that. I'm not afraid of it. Because if you try to hurt me or touch me, you're going to get hurt too. And you might lose your life. That's what they don't understand. They think educated lanes are somebody they can pick on. Try to pick on me. You might get your jaw slacked. They didn't educate a lane to somebody they can pick on, man. That's why that dusty Negro didn't want to have a conversation. Low IQ, Low vibrational dusty Negro, got dust rings around his head. And somebody said that bum was a drug dealer. Shout out to my man Vernell J for that $20 cash out. Shout out to my man Vernell J, my sis CL, and my man S. James Palmer. Shout out to him. Shout out to brother Vernell J for that $20 cash out, as he is the #1 sponsor of the stream. Shout out to my man Vernell J for being the #1 sponsor.
It's the money.
Shout out to my man Vernell J for that 20. But yeah, man, they don't really want no resolve, man. They try to do everything in their power to invalidate men talking points. They don't really want a true conversation. They just want to find a way to infiltrate and to minimize the manosphere. But you ain't gonna stop straight black men from saying and talking that talk. And that's why, like I said, guys, I don't go on these dusty Negro panels, man. Low IQ Negroes. I don't even talk to them, man. It's a waste of time. If you want to have a coaching conversation, fine, but I'm not going to be going around nobody trying to prove myself to people that I feel is inferior to me. You mean nothing to me. You know, the brothers that respect me, I respect them. But I would never go on another panel like that unless it's one-on-one. Because like I said, they don't want to have no conversations, man. But anyway, Cortez said Taz was a supervillain of the black manosphere. He's the biggest panda bear. I agree. I totally agree. And he said he's the alpha dusty. Yeah, man, he's real dusty, man. I got another show coming up soon, man. We're gonna address this. But he's a dusty. He looks dusty. You know, his skin looks dusty. His hair looks dusty. Probably smoked cigarettes and smoked blunts all day. His studio looked dusty. But somehow he's gonna call me a goofy old man. But I promise you, his bank account can't see my bank account. I promise you, his accolades are not my accolades. I promise you, his pedigree is not my pedigree, like a lot of those dusty Negroes. Because see, what they do, they have a history of attacking intellectual black men. Because sometimes they attack you because they know they can't see you intellectually. I would destroy that dust mite intellectually if they gave me a fair argument. But I guess he damn thought he was going to run his mouth, but I was going to back down. I don't back down to nobody. I'm a man first. You respect me as a man, I respect you as a man. You get in my face and try me, you might get hit in your mouth. And you might hit me in my mouth. But somehow you think you can punk somebody, they're going to be, no, homie, you ain't going to punk me. You got me confused, man. I can go both ways. I can be intellectual, and if you get in my, and I can get slick with my mouth too. That's what some of these losers don't understand. They think because you're intellectual, they can just punk you down. You're about to say, no, you disrespect me, you can get this work. That's the way I operate. Respect me and I'll respect you. It's literally that simple, man. I don't disrespect people. I try to treat people with respect. And I was trying to have a respectful conversation. But this static blackness nonsense purports and says that all people are black. Right, Maurice Martin. You're 100% correct, Maurice Martin. They're definitely defending Keisha bad choices. Right. Always trying to find this psychological loop. People that we know that are mentally ill and mentally incompetent. But these fools don't understand that the manosphere was not a response or a hatred towards women. The manosphere was just a response to what the behavior the men were getting dealt with. Even Media Man said he thought at one point that black men was bashing women on the internet, and it wasn't that, it was them. And I hear men come to me all the time talking about the things that they're going through. So like I said, they didn't come in good faith. A lot of times they don't come in good faith. Just like there are times when me and another content creator were having words. Somebody will send me an email and say she's online because they don't want to see true conversation. They want to see chaos and drama. And these ignorant Negroes keep talking about a black community. It is no black community. It's been dead for years and it's not coming back. Not in our lifetime, it's not coming back. David Carroll even said it years ago, it's not coming back. We gotta go help the community. You got a lame like Umar Johnson, got 2 baby mamas. That Dust Mike Tez probably got a bunch of kids out of wedlock. I don't have no baby kids out of wedlock. I did everything that's consistent with black excellence. I'm more pro-black than some of these dusty Negroes. Because at least I don't call black men the N-word. At least I don't have a bunch of kids out, no kids out of wedlock. At least I went to college and applied myself. So the ones that call themselves pro-black, they're not pro-black. You call yourself pro-black, but you disrespect the OGs. You tell me a pro-black nation that disrespect the elders. This Dusty Negro said that old goofy dude. but that Dusty Negro is old too. Easily in his 40s or 50s. And then the other chick said the guy with the bald head, but she's the chick with the weave on her head. Probably got one string of hair on her head. Probably got one hair follicle. They don't build platforms on intellectual conversations. They build platforms on nonsense. And let me tell you something about YouTube. YouTube loves dust. Some of these content creators get caught up in this YouTube supremacy. If I got more subs than you, I'm better. You're not better than me. The algorithm chooses trash over substance. That's how the algorithm works. So if you're trying to have an intellectual conversation, the algorithm ain't gonna push it. But you're talking about black community. You want a black community where the black men are not leaders of that community. Because a lot of these males have been introjected, highly introjected by their mothers. And then they project out of anger because they got issues with their fathers because the mothers turned them against the fathers sometimes. So I'm going to do a show coming up discussing this at some point. And John Smith said, I find it insane that his wife, Nyla, was trying to indict us. Oh, I didn't know that. That's his wife. John Smith. She married that Dusty Negro? I found it insane that his wife, Nyla, was trying to indict us black men for deleting pregnant women, while black women have been the largest deleters of millions of black babies. Yeah, that's what I told. That's what I said, man. She got mad. She used to comment, the bald dude, trying to be disrespectful. And her ignorant husband said, the old goofy MF. That's what our dusty husband said. Argumentation. Trying to sound intellect. I'm trying to sound smart, but this Dusty Negro don't even have my pedigree. He's beneath me. He's a nobody. But I'm trying to sound smart. Talking this slow step nonsense. I don't deal with those ignorant Dusty Negroes. Slow steps. Slow step hoteps. And some of the biggest hypocrites in the world. Always talking big and bad, like you're gonna do something to somebody. Like I'm afraid. I'm not afraid you do. I carry heat just like you carry heat. You think I'm stupid? I don't bother nobody. I don't mess with you. You don't mess with me. But I carry heat too. So yeah, John Smith, I'm not surprised, man. Let me tell you, brother, something. You brothers are part of my tribe. The John Smiths, the Gregory Scotlands, the Maurice Martins. You brothers are conscious blacks. And what I mean by conscious, I'm not talking about a movement that's tied to black nationalism. I'm talking about a consciousness that's predicated in what's right. Jesus said, who is my brother? He said, he that does the will of the Father is my brother. Jesus looked past skin hue and he was looking at the heart of a man. Dr. King said, don't tell him that I won the Nobel Peace Prize. He said, that's not important. Dr. King said, tell him that I helped somebody. Dr. King said, don't judge them by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. That's the kind of consciousness that I'm talking about. Tanner Smiley said that all skin folk ain't kinfolk. And like I was trying to tell that slow jackass when I was on the panel, it's this. What I was trying to tell him is this. Black folks were never one in Africa. People of African descent, West African descent, were never one when we were in Africa. We didn't come from the same tribes in Africa. We're from mixed tribes through the intermixing. We didn't believe in the same things. That's why when these pseudo-intellectuals say your own people sold you into slavery, that's a lie. They didn't look at things based on skin color. They looked at things based on tribal affiliation. And like I told the slow step, I said, well, the Crips and Bloods are black. What's your point? The Crips and Bloods take each other out, but they don't have the same consciousness. I was trying to get him something philosophical, intellectual, but the slow step didn't understand it. And so he was intimidated by the master teacher. That's why he had to lash out with insults. That's what women do. When a person cannot beat you intellectually, they start lashing out through insults. Because I would have destroyed that slow step. I would destroy him on that panel of other slow steps. I would destroy that slow step. Because that's what he is, a slow step. So you're right, John Smith. They don't want no community. They don't want a conversation. 100% correct, John Smith. Hey, Cortez, send me your number, man, in the background, man. I'm going to hit you up, man. Send me your number, Cortez. All right, guys, I'm about to end this, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. I got another show coming up soon, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in. And shout out to everybody who showed some love on this show. This was a short show, man. I really appreciate it. And, guys, I will be seeing you brothers and sisters soon. Because, guys, it ain't going to change in our lifetime. Just focus on yourself, man. Don't let nobody shame you into talking about a black community. There can never be a black community where black men are not respected and honored. Your servitude is too expensive to give it away for free. I'm going to write that down. Your servitude is too expensive to give it away for free. Your servitude is too expensive to give away for free. Fire! What's that? We're going to address it. Right, Cortez. Making the fun of a man being bald is weird. That mean, right. They didn't attack the message, they attacked me. And he had to attack me because the jackass is not an intellectual. Even the chick, I guess his wife, I bet she took that dusty wig off. Her hair follicles are ate up. She probably has traction alopecia. But like I said, man, people like that are mentally ill, man. And so anyway, Cortez, I'll reach out to you, man. We'll chop it up. Y'all be good, man, and I'll see you guys soon, man. Be good. Fire! Culture clinician.
If it ain't seven, it ain't kosher. Heaven and hell, that's what they told you. Real men put the strap down and we can toss them. Young heads picking back up and young dolphins. This is our culture. Now we talking kosher. Clinician, masculinity issues, absent fathers who miss you, mama drama don't kiss you, all a part of the ritual, this is how they get you, separate the men, women, clipping babies, pretend to, damn, lovers, haters, acting like vultures, if it ain't seven, it ain't kosher, if it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us, if it ain't seven, it ain't kosher, if it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us, if it ain't seven, it ain't kosher, if it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us. This is Culture Connection. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is Culture Connection. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is Culture Connection. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is Culture Connection. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. Listen.